the difference between the words hope and hop, coat and cot, boat and bought, woke and walk? Can you say these words accurately? Can you say the sentence, "The road was flooded, so I bought a boat to get home," accurately, like this? The English sound we are going to work on today is the O gliding vowel, which occurs in words such as home, cope, smoke, and note. The general problem Vietnamese speakers of English have with the English gliding vowels is that they don't realize that gliding vowels are actually made up of two sounds. The O is made up of an O and an U. The I has an A and an I, while the A is made up of an E and an I. This is why we also call gliding vowels diphthongs, where the D prefix means two. The word gliding means to move with a smooth and continuous motion. So the gliding part of gliding vowels refers to the characteristic of these sounds, whereby you have to glide or move smoothly from one vowel sound to the next. However, Vietnamese people usually only pronounce the first sound and skip the second one, especially when the gliding vowel is followed by a consonant. The specific mistake that Vietnamese people make with the O gliding vowel is that they say a short O or O sound instead of the longer O sound. So they say hop instead of hope, not instead of note, and cock instead of coke. If you think this is not a big problem, then please look up the word cock in a dictionary. In this video, we will learn how to say words with the O gliding vowel correctly. We will examine how we typically spell words with this sound. We will practice saying words and sentences with the O sound. And we will test your newly acquired skills. So, let's correct these mistakes and start speaking accurate English. Are you with me? Let's go! Many Vietnamese people confuse the O gliding vowel with the simple O and O vowels. So let's see how we make the English O sound correctly. The O sound has two parts, a starting O sound and an ending U sound. And you have to pronounce both the O and the U to make sure that foreigners understand your English easily. O, O, U, O. The O sound itself is not difficult for Vietnamese, so they can usually say go, no, and lo accurately. However, when the O is followed by a consonant, Vietnamese forget to say the U sound, and they only say a short O or O sound instead. Let's look at the example word home. This word has four sounds: H, O, U, and M. Home. So after the O sound, we cannot jump immediately to the M sound. We have to say the U first. After the O sound, the lips will not close immediately, but will round a little more and come forward a little to make the U before closing completely for the M. O, U. Because we have to say this U vowel as well, and because we need the time to move our lips from the O position to the U position, the O cannot be said as a short sound. Compare the O sound to the O and O sounds. The O is longer and the lips are moving while you're saying it, whereas the O and O are short and the lips don't move during the sound. Short O, gliding O, short O, gliding O. So when practicing the O sound, focus on the U part and how your lips round more and come forward at the end of the sound, before closing completely for the M sound. Home, home, home. Here are some words with the O sound. Ho, hope, home. No, note, bow, boat, row, road, robe, go, goat, woke, smoke, coat, cope. Pause this video and practice saying these words with the correct O sound. Remember that the O is not a short sound and that you need to say the U sound after the O sound. Also, make sure that you are not saying a long O sound instead of the O sound. It's hope, not hope, and note, not note. When we say the O, the lips must come a bit forward and close almost fully to make the U sound. O, hope, O, note. If you find it difficult to say the O correctly in these words, and if you hear that you miss the U part of O, then first try saying the words without the final consonant and feel your lips rounding and coming forward on the U sound. When you can do this well, only then add the final consonant, but first put a little gap between the O and the final consonant, and then gradually take away this gap. No, 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 no. Don't forget to use a mirror to check your lip position to make sure that you're also saying the U sound. Pause now.
Nhiều người Việt Nam thường nhầm lẫn âm O với nguyên âm đơn O và O. Vì vậy chúng ta hãy xem cách mà chúng ta tạo âm O chính xác. Âm O gồm có hai phần, đó là phần O và phần U. Và chúng ta phải phát âm cả hai phần này, trước là O và sau đó là U, để đảm bảo rằng người nước ngoài có thể hiểu được tiếng Anh của chúng ta một cách dễ dàng. O, U, O, U, O. Và thật ra bản thân âm O không khó cho người Việt Nam nói, bởi vì họ vẫn có thể nói những từ như go, no, low một cách chính xác. Tuy nhiên, khi âm O được theo sau bởi một phụ âm thì người Việt thường quên nói âm U mà chỉ nói âm O hoặc âm O. Ví dụ như từ home. Từ này có 4 phần, đó là H, O, U và M. O, U, Vì vậy, phía sau âm O, chúng ta không thể nhảy ngay đến âm được, mà chúng ta phải nói âm mu trước. Sau âm O, môi sẽ không đóng ngay lập tức, mà sẽ tròn hơn một chút và tiến về phía trước một chút để tạo ra âm U, trước khi đóng môi hoàn toàn để tạo ra âm O, U, Và bởi vì chúng ta cũng phải nói âm U, và chúng ta cần thời gian để di chuyển môi từ vị trí của âm O đến vị trí của âm U, thì cái âm O không thể nào nói như là một âm ngắn được. Chúng ta có thể so sánh âm O với âm O và âm O. Âm O dài hơn và môi chuyển động trong khi bạn đang nói. Trong khi đó thì đối với âm O và âm O thì ngắn hơn và môi lại không chuyển động trong khi mình nói âm O hoặc là âm O. Vì vậy, khi chúng ta thực hành nói âm O, hãy tập trung vào phần U và làm môi của bạn tròn hơn, và ở phần cuối âm trước khi đóng miệng hoàn toàn để phát ra âm Chúng ta hãy làm thử. O, U, O, U, hùng. Và dưới đây là một số từ có âm O, chẳng hạn như hồ, hope, home, no, note, bow, boat, row, road, rope, go, goat, walk, smoke, coat, cope. Tạm dừng video này và thực hành nói những từ này với âm O đúng. Và hãy nhớ rằng âm O không phải là một âm thanh ngắn và bạn cần thời gian để nói âm U sau khi bạn phát ra âm O. Ngoài ra, hãy bảo đảm rằng bạn không nói âm U dài thay vì âm O. Đó là hope, không phải là hope, và note, không phải là note. Và khi chúng ta nói âm O, môi phải tiến về phía trước và gần như đóng hoàn toàn để chúng ta có thể nói ra âm U. O, hope, O, note. Nếu bạn cảm thấy âm O quá khó nói một cách chính xác trong những từ này, và nếu bạn nhận thấy rằng bạn đã bỏ lỡ cái phần U của âm O, thì trước tiên hãy thử nói những từ này mà không có phụ âm cuối và cảm nhận đôi môi của bạn trở nên tròn hơn và hướng về phía trước khi bạn nói âm U. Và khi bạn có thể làm điều này tốt rồi thì sau đó bạn có thể thêm cái phụ âm cuối vào. Nhưng trước tiên hãy đặt một khoảng cách nhỏ giữa âm O và phụ âm cuối. Rồi sau đó hãy dần dần lấy đi khoảng trống này. Chẳng hạn như O, no, 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 note, note. Và đừng quên sử dụng gương để kiểm tra vị trí của môi của bạn để bảo đảm rằng bạn đang nói âm U. Tạm dừng video tại đây.
Here are the most common ways to spell the O gliding vowel. The letter O, followed by a consonant, but not R, followed by an E, is almost always pronounced as O, like in the words road, broke, stone, hope, home, smoke. This is the function of the silent E at the end of words. It turns the vowel immediately before it into a gliding vowel or a long vowel. OA is usually pronounced as O if it's not followed by an R, like in roast, boat, coach, road, goat. So we do not pronounce the letter A in these words. OW and OWE at the end of words can be pronounced as O, like in low, bow, row, flow, and O. I hear a lot of Vietnamese people saying an O sound instead of the gliding O sound. So let's look at some minimal pairs with these two sounds. Watch and listen to me saying these minimal pairs and focus on the differences. The biggest difference is that the O has two sounds, and you have to say both the O and then an U as well. So the lips will round more at the end of the O when you say the U part. In contrast, the O sound is a simple vowel, so it only has one sound, and the mouth stays quite open when you say it. O, 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 O. The other difference is that the O is slightly longer than the O sound, because with the O, we need more time to say both the O and the U sound. O, 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 O. Here are some minimal pairs with the O versus O sounds. Ho, hop. Note, not. Robe, rob. Coat, cop. Woke, walk. Smoke, smock. Boat, bought. Coat, caught. Soak, sock. Pause this video and practice saying these minimal pairs and focus on saying the O sounds accurately. Focus on the difference in the lip positions and use a mirror to get it right. Also, make sure that you are not saying a long O sound instead of the O sound. It's hope, not hope, and note, not note. When we say the O, the lips must come a bit forward and close almost fully to make the U sound. O, ho, O, note. Pause now. In the first activity, we will test your ability to recognize the O and the A sounds in words. You will hear 4 words, and you will have to make 4 decisions. We start at 1. After hearing each word, you'll have to make a decision. Turn left or turn right, based on what sound you hear in each word. If you hear the O sound in the word, you have to turn to the left. And if you hear the A sound in the word, you have to turn to the right. After 4 words, we will arrive in a city. Your job is to correctly guess the name of the city where we have arrived. Let's do an example. Hope, hope. We're going to the left. rob, rob. We're going to the right. Boat, boat. We're going to the left. Coat, coat. We're going to the left. And we are in San Francisco. Can you hear the O sound at the end of San Francisco? In the first and second set of words, I will say each word twice. Are you ready? Hop, hop. Bought, bought. Coat, coat. Smock, smock. Where are we? Write the name of the city in the comments. Second set of words. Are you ready? Woke, woke. Robe, robe. Smoke, smoke. Note, note. Where are we? In the third and fourth set of words, I will say each word only once. Are you ready? Not, walk, cop, sock. Where are we? Fourth set of words. Ready? Caught, soak, hope, bought. Where are we? Write the name of the cities in the comments. The second activity will improve and test your ability to distinguish the O gliding vowel from the O simple vowel in sentences. You will see a sentence on the screen where one word has two options. You will hear the sentence with one of the words being said. Your job is to choose which word was used in the sentence. Number 1. The options are hop and hope. All we can do is hop. All we can do is hop. Number 2. The options are ball and bowl. Throw me the ball, please. Throw me the ball, please. Number 3. The options are walk and woke. I woke with a headache. I woke with a headache. The third and final activity will improve your ability to say the O sounds accurately in sentences. Look at the sentences, listen to me saying them, and then pause the video after each sentence and practice. Focus on saying the sentences accurately and slowly first. Only say a sentence faster if you can say it accurately at a lower speed. Here are the sentences. Number 1. I bought a boat, but it had a hole in it. I bought a boat, but it had a hole in it. Pause now. Number 2. The road was flooded, so my socks got soaked on my way to home. The road was flooded, so my socks got soaked on my way to home. Pause now. Number 3. I hope you're not going to hop around in that road. I hope you're not going to hop around in that road. Pause now. Number 4. Paul hit the goat in the gut with a pole. Paul hit the goat in the gut with a pole. Pause now.